What is going on? Welcome to another edition of the Road Pod. This is Intentional Grounding. I'm your man Hendo here, and I am joined by my cohort, my co-host, my co-defendant, whatever you want to call. You can define yourself. But welcome back to the show, Yolanda. How are you feeling today?
I'm doing okay. Thank you for asking. How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Good.
Getting through the humdrum days of summer, and we are approximately what are we? We're under 20 days till the first training camp, which I think is the 26th, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I
So,
think so. So I'm really excited about training camp. I'm ready for some football. I'm ready for some football. So
a-
it'll be good. It'll be good to see them back in action. And
yes, as am I. And do you plan on heading out to any of the open training camp dates?
I am. I am. I don't know which ones yet though, but yeah, I definitely want to go out. I've never been, so
You've never been? That's listen, it's something. Like it can be pretty fun. You get to meet and kind of mess around with some of the players. Like some of them are actually really friendly. Not always the bigger stars, but some of the guys, they come out. Well, even some of the bigger stars, they greet you, they sign autographs, they talk to you. So it's a really, really good time. Just make sure that I believe August 15th and August 16th, you do not attend those practices
why?
because it's with the Redskins.
Those will be the ones I choose. There you go. Problem solved. Thanks, Hendo. I'll be there on the 15th and the 16th.
I'm so disgusted right
So if
now.
you're in the chat and you want to come out and hang out with me and meet me out there, 15th, 16th, mark it on your calendar. And they just decided for me.
I did
Thank
not.
you.
I did not. I will not be there because I cannot stand the commies, the Redskins, the whatever you want to call them dudes. I'm not going to be there. I just do not have an affinity for that team whatsoever.
Yeah. Wow.
But those are actually that's a those two are joint practices. So I mean, you can get if you're not really into football that much or you don't have a lot of knowledge of it, like you really get to see some things that you wouldn't get to see at a normal training camp
Yeah.
or a normal practice, should I say? Because
100.
they're gonna be. I think there are 9 open practices at M&T, if I'm not mistaken. But it is what it is. All right, let's get the show started because, like I said, this show is supposed to be a half hour or less. Like it's supposed to be like Domino's Pizza, 30 minutes or less. We done. Bada boom, bada bing, bada bang. We're
We're going
gone.
to do it today. We're going to do it today.
We're
30
gonna do
minutes.
it. Yeah, I think I only took like 2 topics, 3 topics, so we're gonna get out the way. So really quick, let's see who's in here and who's in the chat. We got Living Legend. What's going on? He says Hendo and Yolanda. We got open mic with OTR Mike. Make sure you go check my man out. He just had a dope live stream the other day. Check out that channel where the mic is open for everybody, no matter who, when, where, what, why. It's open. Just ask the man, let him know a topic, and he shall cover it. And you never know. We might be on there as well. My man Ferris is in the house. What's going on? Watch us, son. Watch us. It's going to be 30 minutes or less today because it's really not much really going on. And I really didn't feel like talking. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know, Jose and I did a live stream. Check out Lunch Break Hot Take. We did a live stream about 10:30, 11 o'clock this morning.
It was really nice. A
It
good
was.
mid morning slash early afternoon
So she,
surprise.
yeah, and it had me thinking. Since I thought if I ever did afternoon live stream, nobody would really show up because everybody's working or doing something. But there may be some more pop-ups
Oh,
in the future.
great.
Whoa, what's up, Kedrick? How you feeling, bro? Long time no see. How you been? Make sure you go over to his YouTube channel. Listen, if you like unboxing, if you like watching people unbox things, get stuff in the mail and unbox it, check my man out. He has a large following and his channel is really, really dope. But it's good to see you, man. LGR, what's going on? All right, let's jump into these topics because, like I said, we just running on and on. But we are streaming live on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And for all of our audio listeners, hello. I will put this out later tonight. I'm doing a really bad job of putting out my audios. Like been horrible this last month. I just had so much stuff going on, and as Mike says, life be lifing. But I'm getting back on track because I am trying to expand the audio side of things and not just the video, because unfortunately, audio is more lucrative. They have a better following, and people can listen to audio when they close their phone. So if you're listening to a podcast, you can close your phone, go about your business. If you're not paying for YouTube Premium and you close your phones, it cuts off on you, so a lot of people can't listen to it. So I'm just trying to get over there. But enough with that. Let's jump into some NFL news. So I read an article today that there are two teams that are still keeping in contact with DeAndre Hopkins. The first of all being the New England Patriots, the second being the Tennessee Titans. Now, we all were like, he went for visits for both of those teams, left without a contract. They're still keeping in contact because they want to know what he has going on. Now, for me, that's not the issue. The issue is there is a third team involved that's kind of lurking in the weeds, kind of peeking their head around, seeing what's going on. And unfortunately, it is the Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs. If Pat Mahomes doesn't have enough already, he doesn't need anything more. The only good thing about this situation is the Kansas City Chiefs are $400,000 below the salary cap. And thanks to the Baltimore Ravens, DeAndre Hopkins wants an OBJ type deal, around 1 year, $15 million. And when you only got 400,000 to play with, you can't do much. So I tell you this: if you see Chris Jones anytime in the next week get an extension, you already know what's going to happen. How do you feel about the Chiefs possibly getting DeAndre Hopkins?
I think I'll cry if the Chiefs get D Hop. I really want D Hop selfishly to join the Ravens, but I have not heard any news that the Ravens are even like in talks with D Hop, or there's even, like send him a message on Twitter or DM or something. I don't know, do something like, make it happen, Ravens. But I've just been really upset because I really thought something would materialize, and it's just kind of been like, no. But to answer your question, if he joins the Chiefs, I will be very upset. I think I'll be very, very mad. Um, like you mentioned, what else does Mahomes need? He has everything. What more does he need? Like, he's fine. So I'd rather D Hop come to the Ravens. I don't want him anywhere else but the Ravens, but certainly last on my list would be the Chiefs. I think that team would be, I mean, they're already, unstoppable, so to speak.
Right.
And now you add yet another proven weapon for Mahomes. It just would not be a good look for the Ravens in terms of contending for a title.
And not even that. DeAndre Hopkins says he has another good 5 years in him.
Yeah.
5 more years. So he said as long as he's 1,000-yard receiver, he'll continue to play in the league. And I don't need him with Patrick Mahomes for the next 4 or 5 years. Listen, Pat Mahomes has already been to what? 5 straight AFC Championship games,
Right.
3 Super Bowls, 2 wins. They
Right.
don't need anything else.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that best friend. You know, you have a best friend, and you care about each other. You want good things for each other. But as soon as you go out and get nice things, you go out and get you a wide receiver too, get your little offensive lineman, you draft a couple people. Your best friend is like, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. And then they have to go out and one up you. It's kind of like what the Kansas City Chiefs are doing. We can't bask in our glow. We can't have our shine and be happy for what we have. They have to go out and take it. Now, for me, it all depends on what DeAndre Hopkins wants. Do you want to be a number one receiver, which he will be in either Tennessee, well, Kansas City, or New England? But it also has to do with quarterback play. I don't think that he's going to get much out of McCorkle Jones. I don't think with the AFC East, the Patriots are going to do much in that division. Tennessee, depending on what kind of Ryan Tannehill you get that year, they could possibly win a division and do a couple things, but he's not going to win a title. And I think that if his main goal is to win a title, because he's made his money, then the obvious choice would be to come to Baltimore.
But I mean, if he came to Baltimore, or would he be wide receiver number one?
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
For him, it might.
It might matter.
For him, it might. I'm not saying it's a definite. He wants a title. He wants that. So if it means that he has to slide into role number, wide receiver two. Okay, but listen, I just want a title. I understand that, but wide receiver one is, especially if he's saying I have 5 more years.
Mhm.
So the way wide receivers get paid is by how many yards and how many touchdowns and how well they're progressing in their craft. So if
Right.
he's wide receiver number one, that makes him even more lucrative the following year. If he signs a 1 year deal and he's a free agent again next year, and he can say, "Look at my resume from last year. Pay me."
True. But also you have to look at one. Wide receiver one is just a title,
Yeah,
just like your X and your Y. They're all titles. When you have a quarterback that's comfortable with somebody, that's with whom he's going to go to. That's who he's going to throw at. Two, if he comes to Baltimore, he's going to be wide receiver number one.
he will.
No doubt about it. Listen, nothing against OBJ. I like him, but Odell Beckham Jr. has not had 1,000 yard season since what, 2019? 2019.
Yeah.
We're going into 2023. Rashad Bateman, I'll be glad to get 500 yards out that young man. Zay Flowers, we don't know what we're going to have. And I know everybody's going to say, well, he has Mark Andrews. The difference between Mark Andrews and DeAndre Hopkins is since 2016, DeAndre Hopkins has the lowest drop percentage of any player in the league. The lowest. So when I throw you the ball, 9.9 times out of 10, you're going to catch it.
Oh yeah, that's the expectation. If you throw D Hop the ball, the expectation is that he's going to catch him in those big moments. Contested catches, whatever it is, in traffic, out of traffic, whatever, he's going to catch it. That's the expectation.
You can't do that with Mark Andrews. What's going on, Clyde?
Right,
Mark Andrews, big drops in big games, big drops in the playoffs. I don't know. I just would prefer that gentleman. So, final thoughts on DeAndre Hopkins. Just thumbs down to the Kansas City thing.
D Hop, if you're listening, we hope you are. If you're watching this on replay, that's fine too. Please come to the Ravens. You'll be glad you did. You can thank me later.
Okay. All right. Now it's time to get into the meat of the things. Pause. Time to get into your favorite subject. Don't look away like that. It's time to look into your favorite subject. It's time to talk about the things that the person that you love most on the Ravens outside of Lamar Jackson. So, and this is for you. This is for the people in the chat. This is for the people in the replay. How much trust do you have in the O and O Express? If you don't know what the O and O Express is, it is Ojabo and Owe. Now, for me personally, I've seen some articles today and throughout the week saying that the Ravens need to bring back Justin Houston for the pass rush. Now, everybody's saying we have this first and we have this second round pick, and they are going to carry us, especially Ojabo. I don't know why everybody believes that this fairly recently injured second year player is just going to magically just come in here and just lead us to victory, especially coming off an injury. He doesn't have Aiden Hutchinson on the other side of him. He's got Owe on the other side. So he can expect a double team. Why are you looking like that? Am I wrong? Am I lying about that? Am I lying? This ain't Michigan. This is Baltimore. He doesn't have somebody on the other side that will command a double team. I mean, I wish the young man well, but I think that for me, and I've said this so many times before, the Baltimore Ravens put too much pressure on these young guys to carry a franchise. How do you feel about this? And I'm gonna let you go because these is your people.
Oh, Jabo is not my people. I don't know a Jabo yet like that. So you already know, tread lightly
Appreciate you,
about
girl.
Owe. You already know, tread lightly about Mr. Owe. Um, I have reasonable expectations for them. I
Right.
don't I don't want to believe that Ojabo coming off of an injury, not really having a lot of NFL experience, especially because he only played a couple of games last season. And then even in those games, those limited games, he had very few snaps. His snap count was really low. So
Zeke.
he's just now getting high Zeke. He's just now getting into what I would call like a rookie season for him because he didn't participate in any of the summer programs last year.
Facts.
So I need to see him. I need to see what I don't know. I don't really know. And I didn't follow him. I don't really follow college players unless they're from, University of Florida, go Gators. But other than that, I really don't. It wasn't that funny. It really wasn't that funny. But so I really want to see what Ojabo has to offer in terms of like, I'd love to see if, I don't know if he's going to play in the preseason. I would expect him to, but I'm not 100% sure. I do think there's something to be said about veteran
I like
presence on every or for every position, right? For
that.
each
Hmm.
position group, I think there is something to be said about having veteran presence. And I would absolutely appreciate, and this goes for you too, Justin Houston, if you're out there and you're watching this stream, thank you for tuning in. We would love it if you and the Ravens could make that happen where you end up back in Ravens uniform just to offer that veteran presence and your leadership. So we'd appreciate it if you can come back and join us. So I do, seriously, I really would like to have Justin Houston back. I think
Hmm.
um, Owe and Ajabo could certainly benefit from his presence.
Really? You're admitting that?
I said they could benefit. I didn't say that they were horrible players.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Don't shoot the messenger. So, my thing is, for years, and you know that there are always contradictory statements when it comes to offense and defense for the Baltimore Ravens. Now, for years, we've heard, "Hey, don't bring in any veterans for the wide receivers. Let the young kids play. Let's see what they can do and what they have." Why does this not apply to our edge rushers? Why do we need Justin Houston to come in and listen? Listen. Hats off to him. He started off with a rocket up his behind last year, but because of his age, he slowed down in the second half of the year. Now we bring him in, he's only going to be here situationally. So why is it that why don't we give these young guys an opportunity to play just even off the strength of so we see what we have?
I'm fine with that. And I'm fine with limiting Houston's snap count
Okay.
and allowing Ojabo and Owe to demonstrate their greatness. And I'm going to speak it into existence and demonstrate their
Okay.
greatness. So I'm
I
fine with
like
that.
that. I like that.
However, I am a firm believer in adjustments. So
Mhm.
if you see that plan A is not working, you need to figure out what plan B is. And you need to execute plan B.
Right.
And if plan B is we're going to allow for Justin Houston to pick up additional snaps because plan A was the O and O combo, as you like termed it. If you realize that that is not working out the way that according to design, okay, you make an adjustment. And then you bring Houston in and you increase his snaps until you feel like the O and O combo is, I guess, until they're performing it at a satisfactory level. So
Okay. And like I said, my man Kendrick said we have Tyus Bowser. And I think for me, Tyus Bowser, he provides a little bit of pass rush, but I don't think that he's used specifically in that position. I think he's an all around linebacker to me. Like I think they use him all around. He's not specifically just used to blitz and rush the passer. So we need to do something, but I just think we need to let these young guys play because I want to know. I need for EDC to earn his paycheck. I need for these draft picks to hit at least 3 times. He did well with Linderbaum. He's done okay with others. But I need for these draft picks to actually earn their money and stop having to bring in older veterans, which in turn, the next season, we have to draft players that didn't fulfill the needs that we had when we drafted the original player. So now we've allocated free agent money and more draft picks to positions that didn't work out in the first place.
and I mean, I take your point, and it's a
Whoa,
valid
what's up,
point.
Jose?
Hi, Jose. I take your point, and it's a very valid one. However, I will say that I think a, a really good, and this would be a good thing to do. I'm not going to do it, but certainly if you want to do it and or someone else who's interested, look at maybe the last 5 years. Look at the
Mhm.
roster of those teams that won Super Bowls. And I would imagine that the teams that actually made it to the Super Bowl and won it, I guarantee you, they had a healthy mix of old and young. I guarantee you did not have a team that was just absent any veterans or all veterans and no rookies. Or I'm pretty sure you're going to find majority of the teams who won the Super Bowl were able to recognize the benefit of having both young and older or seasoned, if you please, talent.
Mhm.
So
Right, but we have a bunch of young, and we don't have enough veterans to we have a bunch of young talent, but we don't bring in seasoned talent. We bring in over the hill, past its prime. Other teams don't want talent. That's the difference between these other teams. If you look at what the Rams, you look at the Patriots, you look at the Chiefs, they bring in players that fit the system and are going to help them, just like they're going to go after DeAndre Hopkins because he helps the team. They're not going to say, let me sign Santonio Holmes and Randy Moss and bring them in and see what they can do for us because they're cheap. I'm just saying. What's up, Sharon? Act like we don't do it. When we brought Deshaun Jackson in here, that was the last straw for me. I was like, I give up. I'm done. I'm done. And then all the Ravens fans, as they always do when they see a new face, oh man, that speed Deshaun Jackson got in his deep ball. And when he was with the Philadelphia Eagles in the 1970s, man, he was just the best thing on earth. And I'm sitting there looking like, yo, this dude is about my age and it ain't gonna work. And then Deshaun Jackson went in there and he went in there, did 2 plays, sat out for 3 quarters. So hopefully we've learned our lesson. I joke, but hopefully we've learned our lesson, and we try to get that mix. Now I'm not against bringing Justin Houston back because I think that we need him. I think these young guys don't have the experience just yet. Um, when I saw Odafe Owe, when I saw him get pushed down by that dude from the Atlanta Falcons,
I said tread lightly. I declare I said it.
like they were fighting on the elementary school playground, and he just get out, sit down, boy, get out. And your man he's like, I'm falling and I can't get up.
He's working on his confidence too. And I think that's a huge part of it as well.
It's a grown man. It's a millionaire.
Next topic. 30 minutes.
Oh yeah, next topic. All right. Well, first of all, let's discuss what we got going on in August. You want to tell the people what's going down August 4th?
Yes, absolutely. So if you have not already heard, please get your tickets now. Sign up for the August 4th meet up, the Roundup meetup. It's going to be a great time, August 4th from 7 to 9:30 p.m. in Columbia, Maryland at Busboys and Poet. You're going to be able to have a wonderful time where you get to socialize and hang out and meet some of the finest YouTubers out here to do it in the business. You're going to meet up with Open Mic with OTR Mike. You're going to meet up with Jose and Brodney from Lunch Break Hot Take. You're going to meet Deep Cover Podcast, Chris Just Joking. You're also going to meet Hendo from the Rogue Pod. And especially you're going to meet the man who brought the roundtable roundup together. You're going to meet Coach Evans from Sip to Tally and more Sip to Tally. So
for the streets.
For that. And
for the streets.
Make sure you buy your tickets. Do not wait to the last minute because tickets are limited. What's included? I'm glad you asked. You're going to get food. You're going to get non-alcoholic beverages. They will have a cash bar for those who want to consume alcohol. You're going to get, like, I think they're doing prizes and raffles and they're doing giveaways. You get a swag bag. There's just so much. You're just going to be entertained and you're going to have fun, and you get to meet the people that who've been entertaining you for the last couple of years, and you get to also meet people who you've been corresponding with in the chat. I'm going to be there, and I know several other people who are in the chat faithfully week in, week out. We get to meet all of us. So, hey, come out. Tickets are only $50, and it gets you in admission. And so I'm telling you, please do not wait to the last minute. Get your tickets right now if you have not already.
Like Ferris says, is there a non-alcoholic drink? Yes, we provide the non-alcoholic drinks for us. Yeah. So the cash bar is for the people that actually want to get that libation and get that weekend started the way they want to get their weekend started. But yes, come hang out with us. Listen, it is a way for us to give back to you, show our appreciation. Come hang out with us because listen, if you go to a restaurant, you're going to spend $50 anyway. Yeah. You're going to spend $50 on food anyway. So why not come hang out with us, have a really good time? And this is just going to lead up to other things. Like I said earlier on Lunch Break Hot Take. If this goes well, I'm going to set up something and bring together a tour of the Ravens facility because they have the availability for groups to come down and tour the facilities, check everything out, see how everything behind the scenes works. So if this goes well, we're going to do more things. We have things planned in the future, but it is all dependent upon what goes down on August the 4th. Now, if you look into the comment section, the link is going to be eventbrite.com. It's going to be there. If you go to any one of our pages, we should have the link somewhere ingrained in the descriptions. Now, for me personally, I've been procrastinating for this a very, very long time. But my website is I finally published my website. So if you go to theroguepod.com, you can also find information about the meet and greet. All of our channels are going to be there. Not only just the people that you see going to the meetup. I think I have Ferris's channel. Let's Get Ready Network is going to be there, the highlights. I have Suge's channel there.
Yeah.
And I think I have somebody else. I have to check that out. But listen, it is a one-stop shop. You go there, find all of your favorite content creators in one place, get information about the meet and greet, and I hope to see you there.
And you can get your tickets from eventbrite.com, and the pin link is in the chat right now. And I'm sure Hendo will leave it in the description box. But you can go to any of the YouTubers' channels, and I'm sure you'll be able to find it and access it on their pages as well.
So
So
you just
please do not wait. Get your tickets, because you don't want to be on the train that says, oh, I wanted to, I waited to the last minute and the ticket sold out and now I can't make it. You don't
facts,
want that to be said about you. So
facts, facts, facts. Get your tickets now. One question. Did you decide that you were going to take the last 10 sentences I said and just repeat them?
I thought it was necessary. So yes, I
I
think
was just listen, don't bite my head off. I'm just asking the question.
I just said yes.
All right, calm down. Speaking of, and listen, this is the issue that I have with you. And I was just about to say something very nice. So this is a brand new month, and the loyalty points have reset. Now we have one clear-cut winner that I didn't expect coming from out of nowhere. We have our former winner right here on screen, last month's winner of the loyalty points. And you say, hey, Hendo, how do I get loyalty points so I can get free prizes? Well, one way is very simple. You just come in here and watch the videos, watch the live streams. You get points by just being here. You get points by interacting. You get points by subscribing to the channel. You get points like this month's leader who just bought a ticket to the meet and greet. That is automatic points from my channel and Lunch Break Hot Takes channel as well. So if you're trying to get gifts from both of us, that is a great way to start. You can also get points by signing up to the Patreon. Becoming a patron, you get a bunch of perks. You can hang out with us. You get into the Discord. You can get into the Fantasy Football League. You can get into the Pick'ems League when you're a ring like this, and just hang out with us. Listen, I know for some people they just feel like it's a burden or it's something that they're not used to, but I guarantee you it's worth the money. Now, we both also, myself, Lunch Break Hot Take. I'm not sure if Coach Evans has his yet, or Mikey. I'm not sure if they have them, but we have free trials. So you can go in, do a free 7-day trial. If you like it, you move forward with it. If you don't, no sweat, move on. I understand. But make sure you join up so you can hang out with us. Are you ready to move on? Because we only got a couple minutes left.
Maybe.
Yeah. So for those of you that are in here wondering why everybody's putting in exclamation point points, they're trying to figure out how many points they have for the month so far. But I'm not able to update the one person's. He's clearly ahead, because when I looked this afternoon, it was like 5 people tied with like 425 points.
Mm.
And I was like, oh, but when your man bought that ticket, he got 5,000 off the rip. So
Ooh.
he's huh?
I said, ooh,
He's
yeah.
he doesn't even know he's in first place, but I'll let him know. All right, so let's move on so we can get up out of here, because we have been here a little bit too long. Now, for you, Yolanda, and for you in the chat, question: who do you feel is the X factor for the Ravens for this upcoming season?
Ooh. I'm going to go with Kyle Hamilton. I'm expecting
Mm,
to see him improve and increase and take a gargantuan leap his sophomore year. I'm expecting big things from him, because I was pleased with the growth, from, like, you take a look at him like game one all the way through mid-season to the end of the season. I saw growth, I saw improvement, I saw development, I saw a boost of confidence. So I'm really expecting or hoping that Kyle Hamilton, especially because he's so agile, and he's versatile. He's one of those plug and play players that I think when I think of him. So I think for me, it would be Kyle.
okay, okay, I'm not mad at that. Listen, that would be a great choice, because PFF rated him the highest rated safety, rookie safety last season. For those of you that like PFF. Also, and the only reason I bring this up, and it's nothing against that man, but PFF, because I don't know if it's coach or somebody else, they're always telling me about what PFF rated. No, I think it's Mike. Always telling me what PFF rated Kyle Hamilton. PFF just also did something today saying why the Ravens are only going to win 8.5 games this year. So 6 in one hand, half dozen in the other. Which one do you believe? Kyle Hamilton's the greatest. The Ravens are going to falter. I'm just saying. Don't hold against me. But for me, the X factor for the Ravens is got to be Todd Monken. It
Mm,
cannot be understated that the just his presence alone, allowing Lamar to be himself. You know,
that's good.
apparently Lamar was restricted under Greg Roman. He didn't get a chance to do what he did at Louisville. And a lot of people are going to say, well, Lamar's a grown man. He's a quarterback that's been in the league for years. Why didn't he just audible? If you watch the game and you watch how long it took them to get to the line of scrimmage, he had no time to get to the line, read the defense, and call another play. He barely had enough time to get the first play out. So I think just with this, and I know that they've been practicing the timing a lot this offseason, it's going to allow him to be who he needs to be. Also, being that Baker Mayfield, um, Stetson Bennett, who's the other one? Jameis Winston. They all had career years with that man, and his passing philosophy, it gives me hope. Along with the added additions, the players that they've added, it's great. You can have the greatest players in the world. But if your scheme isn't correct, the chemistry isn't right, if you aren't calling plays or utilizing players to their strengths, it doesn't matter because you could have the greatest team in the world. I remember the San Francisco 49ers back in, I think it was the early 90s, late 80s, or whatever. They were going for a three-peat. First team in NFL history to win 3 Super Bowls. Chemistry was off. They had some changes. It didn't work. They lost to the Giants, got upset. The Lakers with Karl Malone, Gary Payton, and all of them. If you don't utilize your players correctly, you're going to lose no matter how much talent you have. So for me, I think he is going to be the one that's going to be my X factor for the Ravens.
That's a good answer. It's a really creative answer.
Yes, some people say Zay Marcus on defense. We got what's up, Malik? We got I don't know if you saw that previous segment. I mean, they could be. Listen. They are to me. They are the key to how far we go in the playoffs. I don't live for the regular season. Regular season numbers are all well and good and everything's fine, but everything changes during the playoffs. If they can kind of grow and get settled, they are going to be the key because if you get into the playoffs, you got Tua, you've got Mahomes, you got Josh Allen, you got Joe Burrow. Now you have Aaron Rodgers to add to the mix. If you have a quarterback that's going to sit back and have all day to throw the ball, I don't care what you do or how well you're ranked as a defense. Come playoff time, it ain't going to work. So if they can actually grow into their roles or play up to their projected drafted levels, we should be okay. Mixing a couple of other guys, hopefully we can get some penetration from Travis Jones. Matabike, it's a contract year for him, so he may be another X factor. Because sometimes during contract years, players kind of step up a little bit because they're trying to make that money. So, yeah, I can see all of that.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's going to be a big year for Matabike too.
Living Legend say his X factor is Lauren Hill.
Tell us why, Living Legend. Why is your X Factor Lauren Hill?
She made a song called X Factor.
Okay.
What's going on, Rodney? Glad you could join.
Hi, Rodney. Rodney's not going to yell at me anymore. I'm stationary. I'm not driving.
He should yell at
Messaging.
you. He should yell at you. All right, we're gonna wrap this up, but we got one last thing to talk about. So I don't know how much you know about a couple things. I don't know how much you know about Dame Lillard and his trade request.
I've heard about it, but I don't know much.
Well, he requested to be traded finally, about time, to the Miami Heat.
Right.
His agent spoke to the Portland Trailblazers and was like, look, we done all we could for you. It's
Hmm.
time for us to go have a serious conversation with Miami about getting Dame out of here onto another team. But the Portland Trailblazers general manager's like, you know what? I learned from watching the Baltimore Ravens. I'm gonna play your game, sir. He said, no problem. We'll trade you, but I want 4 first-round picks
Ugh.
and 2 decent players.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a steep ask. That's a very, very tall order.
Oh, yes, indeed. Oh, so appreciate you. What's going on? We got a $5 tip from our horse, aka Ashanti. I just want to say that I love LBHT Road Plus Hospitality cover and open mic with OTL Mike. Well, gotta go make another video of me eating French fries. Love the show. Oh, that's another inside joke. But I appreciate you. Appreciate you,
Thank
our
you.
horse, aka a shorty. All right, this is
Yeah.
too much. Appreciate the $5 tip. Um, so anyway, that's messed me all up. Anyway, let's skip on. So later tonight, or I guess coming up really soon, Victor Wembanyama is going to make his debut in the NBA.
Yes.
Much awaited against the
Yeah.
Charlotte Hornets, I do believe. And speaking of the Charlotte Hornets, I mean, speaking of Victor Wembanyama, if you saw the video early or with myself and Jose, Lunch Break High Take, if you haven't, check it out. Dope video. It was a pop up stream. May see a little bit more coming. Jose gave us a story about Britney Spears
Yeah.
and how she touched him and got punched. So, come to find out through video, they have video, not just speculation, that Britney Spears hit herself. She cheddar bobbed herself.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And she's out here in these streets screaming about, uh, I want an apology. He owes me an apology. I want this man to stand up for his crimes against humanity. But apparently she's done it to herself. So for that and that reason only, Britney Spears, you are the haterade person of the week. Yep, there she goes.
Poor Brittany. Sorry to hear about that, Brittany.
No, it ain't no sorry to hear about nothing. You listen,
Sorry to hear about it.
listen. How do you not know that you smacked yourself in the face?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I didn't keep up with it. I just heard about it on the back end, and I thought, I think she mentioned that originally she thought it was one of Wembanyama's bodyguards or something who accidentally hit her, well, who hit her, and then she's like, I have bodyguards too, and they don't go around hitting people. So
Thanks.
I didn't keep up with it, but
Oh well. All right, we got another tip.
yeah.
$5 tip from Living Legend. Appreciate you, Bryce. That's five
Yeah.
on the black hand side. Appreciate you, my brother. Also, we
Yeah.
got a $13.37 tip from the human living energy drink themselves. It says, "Thank you for the stream. Appreciate you."
Thank you.
Listen, y'all just listen.
Supporting tonight. That's
Y'all supporting. Yes, y'all are. And listen,
thank you.
I got these names written down, and these donations are all going to go to your loyalty points to help you win for next month. I think should next month be the specialty month?
I wouldn't announce it. I think I like what you said before because you
It's a
don't
surprise.
like do it twice a year and you don't let the people know what month it's going to be. So
So,
just, you know, do your best every month to try to win. And
facts.
yeah,
Facts. So once again, appreciate you all hanging out with here with us. We went over our 30-minute mark, but it was fun. I mean, I enjoyed it. I had a good time. We
yeah,
tried. We tried. We at least tried.
you
We
did.
tried.
You did. So this was good. This was good. Thank you all so much for spending some time with us, hanging out with us on a Friday evening. And
They may get a pop up stream tomorrow. Who knows? I'm just
there
saying.
should be one. You know what? I'm going to formally request a pop up stream. I don't know. What about perhaps next week, Wednesday? That sounds like a really good day. I just picked a day,
Just a random day.
just a random day. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see what date that is next Wednesday. That looks like it is going to be, oh, the 12th of July. That sounds like a really good day. Yeah.
All right, we got another donation. Shout out to Anonymous. It says points. They gave $10 for points.
Awesome.
Uh, listen, y'all are trying to
Thank
get these
you.
points out. We still got time. We still got time. So listen, I appreciate you all for hanging out with us. Yolanda, once again, I appreciate you hanging out with me and just having a good old time. Um, any parting words to the people?
If you, whatever you're doing this weekend, take care, stay safe, take care of yourselves and each other. Thanks again for joining us. Don't forget to get your tickets and for the August 4th meet and greet.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw Tanja in the chat. Hey, Tanja, hope you're good.
What's going on,
Don't
Tanja?
be like me. Don't drive and message. Otherwise, Rodney, the AKA police, will come for you and, yell at
Listen,
you in the chat. So be
don't
safe.
make us get first. Don't make us get first on y'all.
Uh
Y'all
oh.
don't want that.
Uh oh. Yeah, definitely not. So always
Well,
fun hanging out with you guys. So thank you so
appreciate you.
much for having me, Hendo.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Now, almost forgot. Coming this Sunday, we will have the drawing for the free ticket for the meet and greet. This Sunday coming up. So the 10 names are going to go into a hat, and I'm going to draw on the hat live, and that person gets the free ticket. And the only thing that I ask from you is please use the ticket. Please. It costs money. We put a lot of work into this. We don't want you to just get it and be like, thank you. And then don't show up because somebody else could have used that ticket and come hang out with us. What's going on, Brandon? Appreciate you for dropping in, but we are dropping out. So
Well,
unt-
you've got to say you're saying. I know it's not Sunday, but I still
this
think
is
it's
not
positive. I
you.
know, but it's positive and it's uplifting, and so there's nothing wrong with leaving people with something. Leaving on a positive note.
Okay, leave it a positive note. You want my saying? All right, remember, always think for yourself, formulate your own opinions, and most importantly, be somebody important. Be yourself. Until next time, y'all.